What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today on Madden 21, and we're doing another realistic rebuild, this time of the Miami Dolphins after their finessing. What do you even say finessing? Just, straight up good trades over this last, I guess it's the weekend, right? Friday, I think, is when it happened. And of course, it's going to be a very interesting rebuild because lots and lots of value has been added to Miami. We've been talking about it for so long now that unless Miami thinks maybe they want to go for a quarterback, even though they didn't really give to a huge, great chance opportunity, they're going to trade down, and that's obviously what they did, and they did it in a really good way. Of course, if you've been living under a rock this last couple of days, which, some people like living under rocks. What can I say? It's nice and cold, moist. Maybe you're a star. I don't know. But they ended up trading pick 3 down to get 12, a third round next year, a first round next year, and then a first round after that. We have made that trade, except we have not gotten that extra first round. You can't go, too far into the future, which I am going to blame EA for that. You don't want people to have that kind of control. It'll get way too much, way too messy. I didn't do the Eagles trade yet, but we will in a moment. And, the Dolphins, they end up giving really just like a first round next year, basically, to move up 6 spots to, potentially take a really big game changer or, an offensive lineman, which when your line is this bad, kind of a game changer as well. See, now here's the thing. I don't know what pick it was. Did they have to keep the Niners pick? You would want another team's pick, right? Because you don't want to be able to dictate your pick technically, because you always want to be the team winning all the time. So you always want to bet for yourself, not against yourself. So I'd imagine they would have traded their own pick away, right? But whether that's the case or not, we have San Fran's picks next year, so whatever. Everything's all in order now. Shout out to the Houston Texans. They just... Oh, man. Of course, we added Fuller and Coleman, 2 decently big names that they added. That secondary, those corners should be low. How do you beat them? How do you beat that cornerback group, assuming health isn't an issue again? And then, speaking of health, if Fuller stays healthy, he's actually one of the best receivers in the league, or one of the better ones, top 30 probably at least. But can he stay healthy? All right, here it is, the top 5. Hopefully Jamar Chase is there. I don't know if that's really the number 1 priority anymore for Miami, but could you really say you'd be able to pass up on him? I literally moved Parsons pick 10 and put quarterback at number 1. One second. Maybe I can solve this by... I can't solve the Jets. They're screwed. And hell, maybe they don't take quarterback. Maybe they're trolling everyone, which would make no sense because they would definitely make a trade down. Not that it's too late to do so, but just saying. If we put Jimmy Garoppolo at punter, hopefully they'll take a quarterback, right? Zach Wilson, of course. In this scenario, it makes sense, right? This will be Jamar Chase, knowing this game. Kyle Pitts, definitely doable. The Bengals maybe even do that. Probably need tackle more, and they do take tackle. So, with Sewell gone, this should be, I wouldn't say a no-brainer, but considering you could probably still get a tackle at 18, I think this has to be Jamar Chase, right? This just has to be, and that's who we're taking. 77 overall, hidden development, day 1 starter, Jamar Chase, who's not looking super fast here, ain't gonna lie. Which I think we are gonna edit. I'm gonna adjust that for future rebuilds as well. So let's go down slowly. Smith to the Lions would be kind of a steal. Caleb Farley to the Panthers, I could see it. Kwity Paye, corner has to be for the Cowboys. Giants have Jalen Waddle there. Would they be able to pass him? Maybe not, but that's probably going to be tackle in real life. Eagles, they need help on the O-line. Darrisaw's gone. What's the situation at tackle? Is it just... Hold up. This team needs tackle more than anyone. I think they're trading up with the Patriots, who could take quarterback here in real life, but we're going to make a trade up with the Patriots. You just can't let tackle go here, all right? And the Patriots don't necessarily need tackle as much as the teams behind them. How much would this cost? A 4th next year? Do we have a 4th next year? That's probably not even enough. I'm going to have to give them a damn 3rd round. We'll give them the highest valuable 3rd round next year, which isn't, crazy, terribly bad, We have 15 now, which, don't get me wrong, Surtain is somehow there. Surtain. Najee Harris away would not be a bad choice. I could see him after that blazing 40 making a play. But I think tackle is just that's a cornerstone of a team. Like, you can get away with a bad pass rusher, especially if you have great corners like this, but can you really get away with a god-awful left tackle? I just don't think you can. I think Samuel Cosmi is going to be the pick. Samuel Cosmi, 73 overall, hidden development trait, starter day one. And because we have a high second-round pick, we might have to look at potentially trading up again, just because there might be some undeniable value. Like you can see, Travis Etienne is there. Tywomen at 4 would be, I wouldn't say a steal, but it would be a hell of a pick. Was there anyone else we just forgot about? Basham. I'm going to put Basham on the list as well. I'd imagine he's a first-round pick. But pick 4 isn't that far off the first round. Would he be a top 22? Perhaps, probably, but it's not that far out of the realm of possibility. All right, let's hope somebody's there. DT would be a nice pickup for the Dolphins. And ETN, the Falcons are loading up on offense. Falcons are one of those types of teams that would do that too. Jalen Tywomen, I feel like he's dropped in value from a lot of draft boards, right? So makes sense that he would slip. Little Aaron Donald type? I don't know. Everyone's Aaron Donald to me if they're a little undersized but athletic. And of course, Tywomen, hidden development trait. Usually he's superstar, but I don't think he will be in this class. That was, some months ago. Could see ourselves taking Gainwell next. And honestly, I do like Gainwell in the second round for the Dolphins. I just don't like. It's not like I don't like Myles Gaskin. I just don't think it's going to work out. Could go with a linebacker as well. I don't think linebacker's as much of a need after the McKinney trade, though. I think Gainwell is good. I don't know what his development trade is, but 74 overall normal. Potential day one starter. I think he, brings more to the team than Gaskin does. I think Gaskin probably does fit more as a third down running back anyways, probably. I do see Roche there. Looking at what our remaining picks are, they're not a lot of talented players. Tyson Campbell's a first rounder. I don't know if Quincy Roche is or not. Wouldn't be the worst pick in the world. This team loves to add value, though. I hate doing moves that I know are good, but Trey Hill is a fourth-round talent. He's not as good as I thought. For whatever reason, I thought he was hidden on this class. This is a newer class for me. I think that's a good pick, though. I think that makes sense for them, right? I know they got Skura, but I couldn't get him in this one, and honestly, it's not that big of a deal. It's not as bad as me missing Alex Mack for the Niners rebuild, that's for sure. And we may end up taking someone like Eubanks or something in the 5th round. It really comes down to what's there. I don't think any prospects so high potential here that we would trade up, so yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeboah, I don't know about that. And here I think we're going to go Jacoby Stevens because safety's not set in stone here, and he could make the play to linebackers, so I like the versatility, like the size. Going to 23 in the 6th round, this is where Yeboah would be a great pick, but I don't imagine he'd be there. It's down to Kane Doe. We ended up trading this pick to the Buccaneers, who gave us 2 7ths, which I feel like, it's an interesting decision. And then they grab another wide receiver, Tamorrion Terry. Why not? A little bit of speed, a little athleticism. Needs to be coached up. And then some more line depth, Landon Young. All right, we're going to take a look at Jamar Chase, and I don't know what his development is. Probably superstar, could be X-Factor, but that reminds me, I kind of want Kyle Pitts to be an X-Factor in each class now, so we might make that play. Superstar development trait, no shocker there. All the numbers they have available are really bad. I'm just going to put them at 14 for the moment, which you already know by now that means I'm going to forget. But we added a couple other guys. I do know for a fact that there's no shot that those other guys are going to be superstar. Where did Pitts go? What is it actually? Maybe he is X-Factor. I imagine he's superstar, but I want to be an X-Factor. And I think to the Falcons, it wouldn't surprise me. But I think if you're the Falcons, you got to realize how many needs you have on defense and realize that your pick has become just as valuable, potentially maybe even somehow in a weird way more valuable than the Dolphins trade down, right? I mean, I feel like the first 3 you now know are quarterback, whereas before you didn't know, right? Like pick 3, it could have been, if the Dolphins stayed, it was unlikely to be QB, so it opened things up a little bit more, maybe 4 or 5 or 6 you trade for a quarterback. But now the Falcons hold the key piece, the last key piece to the quarterback puzzle. If they don't want to go QB, I think you trade down to maybe even like the Panthers, who would maybe be really desperate and give you something insane for that pick. So, like I said, with that Falcons pick, I don't even know why I brought it up, but yeah, the Falcons hold a pretty big draft piece. I don't know if anyone's even mentioned that, but like I said, I think it's very close, if not more valuable now, because you got to realize how you hop the Falcons there to get your guy. Maybe you're a little afraid they take a quarterback, but I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like that Falcons trade piece is now like massive. I don't know if the Dolphins release Allen Hurns, but I imagine they would. And the reason why I want to do that is I kind of want Jamar Chase at 17. I don't know why. I kind of like him at 17. And I also would like Jamar Chase to be a lot faster than 88 speed. At least 91. All right, so for the first season, I think putting Will Fuller, who is more injury prone, at the number 3 spot makes the most sense. Devontae Parker kind of has his last chance here. If it was my choice, I would get rid of Devontae Parker, put in Chase at 1, Will Fuller at 2, and then even put Preston Williams in the starting lineup. But that's not going to be the case here. That's not the realistic move. Gainwell makes the start, even though Gaskin is star development trade, just simply for the fact that he does what Gaskin can do, but better, it would appear. So it just makes more sense there. O-line we don't talk about around here, but at least you got one piece for the future. Kinley could also potentially be another. He's 24. Hill maybe would be the second piece, so maybe 2 offensive linemen solved out of 5. Gesicki, I think, is perfectly fine for the starting tight end for the rest of this, even though we're just beginning. As far as linebackers go, it's an interesting group. Apparently, Baker is playing 2 spots for us. Is this like one of those weird 3-4 hybrids again? I hate doing rebuilds with those teams because it's just like, how do I draft? Tell me. We actually do have a couple of important signings. Gesicki will be a 100% hands-down signing here, so we're going to give him a 5-year deal worth just about exactly $50 million. Jason Sanders, I think, is another guy that falls under that category. I think a 5-year deal is pretty common for kickers nowadays, so a 5-year deal. Emmanuel Ogbah we'll have to wait on. I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be like a safe bet or not. Superstar development traits. Ooh, he's off to a really good start, actually. Yeah, we're 100% re-signing him. 3-year deal for Emmanuel Ogbah. You usually see him in free agency. I'm not really sure why. He looks like he's really solid, actually. Justin Coleman, that was a pretty cheap 1-year deal. Also, did I adjust Will Fuller? I remember oh yeah, I did. I remember, actually. I don't think I adjusted Justin Coleman. We don't really need the money anyways. The man can have his $6 million deal. It's all right. Baker, a 4-year 42. I think I'm going to pay him that, but I think in real life that would be something around maybe a 4-year 34 rather than 4-year 42. All right, so Will Fuller is actually playing pretty well, so we're going to give him the 4-year deal and hope he continues to, and give him potentially superstar. It would be clutch, to say the least. Justin Coleman, maybe we actually do give him that contract at the end of the season. Preston Williams almost always gets let go, and there's for a good reason, especially now we have our receivers set. Hey, there we go. Christian Wilkins gets to star. And $20K. That's clutch. All right, so no dramatic reveal because, yeah, it's a good thing we didn't pull a Houston because this should be the number 1 overall pick for Miami. I'm not sure exactly what went wrong, but apparently after all their insane trades and some pretty decent free agent additions, the Dolphins just take a 180 and just sell hard. 2 of the touchdowns are low. Picks are low, though, as well. Yards are okay. Rushing, Gainwell was horrible. Will Fuller, that's got to be superstar, though. The touchdowns alone, right? Gesicki, if that leads tight ends, that should be superstar as well. I don't know how much catches matter for wide receiver. I think it's yards, touchdowns, and catches, as long as one of them is in the top 8, I believe. So touchdowns alone, he might get to superstar. Gesicki should get to superstar based on catches. Looking at defense, Baker should go to star. McKinney, doubt he goes to superstar, but that would be clutch. And Emmanuel Ogbah could be an X factor. Really good re-sign situation. That was the best of the re-signings. Will Fuller, not so bad himself, considering the number 3 spot. Jason Sanders, bottom 3 signing. I suppose we could look at Pilardi, who's the new punter around here. As far as awards go, MVP Rodgers, Cam Newton, please. EA, stop with the Cameron Newton stuff, Any award wins, Gainwell at 5. Did we not have where's Jamar at 8? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really that good of a season. Let's just call it that. How did the Niners do, actually? Oop, not that. Stats. Damn, the Niners did make the playoffs. You kind of expected something like that to happen, though. It's kind of why they got so many first-round picks in the first place. And apparently in the Super Bowl, it's the Giants versus the Chiefs. Shocker, the Giants win. I wonder if it has anything to do with them having Cam Newton. All right, moment of truth. Did we get anything good for us? We did. Will Fuller and Gesicki to superstar. Massive stuff. Jamar Chase was already superstar. Can we actually get rid of Parker? How does this work? Okay, we can, but I mean, he's clearly not the number 1 or 2 anymore. Van Ginkel just keeps going up in dev. It's such a weird name, and I love him for it. McKinney does not go to superstar, which is rough. Baker does go to star, and Emmanuel Ogbah goes to X Factor. What a move. What a play. Momentum shift, huh? I mean, that's kind of, okay. 13.5 sacks, momentum shift. Doesn't really seem to make that much sense, right? Coleman's still pretty decent. I don't know how much this team needs a number 3 when they already got... I really shouldn't have signed him to that, actually. We have a good enough number 3. But oh well, we're on to free agency. Is there any names we can get rid of? Like, there's got to be someone this team overpaid, right? Because this team is too young to be this broke, I feel. Flowers, that is a move we'll think about. Bobby McCain, we could replace. I'm not going to get rid of anyone yet, though. Just want to make sure that we actually have positions to replace those guys. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the team just is expensive. We paid some money for a tackle. I feel like this is an absolute win for the Dolphins. Is just exemplifying how good of moves they made, considering they still end up with franchise tackles, and they got so much from the Texans. I mean, I'm not going to say that that's going to go down as one of the worst trades ever, but considering what the Texans did with their season after, yeah, it's not looking good. It's a pretty bad move by them for sure, because the Dolphins got a lot off of that, a ton of it. What a waste. This guy was the Heisman winner. I obviously want to take a look at how good he is, but they said he was also a two-way player, which is really strange. Such a waste. They mentioned Spain had a really good combine. They said he came out of nowhere, so that's pretty cool. I don't think that's something we would do. Wait, where's our... I think it's glitched when you show that. I was about to say, where's pick 1? Oh! We don't have our own pick. Oh, no, I forgot. We gave it to San Fran. Wait, who the hell did we give it to? The Eagles, not San Fran. The Eagles made out well with that trade. See, with these things, let me know in the comment section, do you guys think we should force win at least 8 games? Like, Miami could end up with the number 1 overall pick. Not obviously they would be their own. I would assume they did trade their own to San Francisco, but do you think we should force wins so something like that doesn't happen? Because I just don't think that's realistic for the Dolphins, right? I'd imagine the Miami Dolphins are a low 6-win team, and maybe like an 11-win team at best. Like, I just don't see them having the number 1 overall pick. Best case, top 10 for Philadelphia. Like I said, I would assume as a front office you would trade your own pick away because, once again, less conflicting interests. And you can't really bet against yourself if you trade it away, The fans can't get mad. Oh, you should have just tanked at, let's say the season's 5-7 or something. You should have tanked. Oh, we can't. We got, we traded for, this player or whatever. But yeah, that changes the draft a little bit. I mean, I was hoping to have pick 1, but I guess not. There's not that we, he's 24. Jesus, the names on that, maybe this is the guy actually. It didn't mention who, but it was like Thomas is a good wide receiver, but attitude problems are going to hold him back, and teams are just, completely avoiding him. The AI scouted him. I don't know if the AI just automatically scouts all news players or not, but yeah, that guy's definitely someone we have to draft, regardless of need. He's at that position or at that spot, it's not a bad decision, and we need safety. That guy is a player we should go for. I think we have to trade up for him. There's this guy too, but he's kind of more of like a corner type, no? And then you have another guy, super insane, not 40, bench press reps, and you can see 41. It said that he crushed it. He's super strong. But another player that just like red interest, not good. Could be a star, though. I want to keep an eye on those names. So with our pick number 1 overall, the Eagles end up... oh, my Lord, Eagles. Can the Eagles make a good decision? You know, trading down from 6 to 12, not the craziest bad decision. Right? It could have been worse. But, like, mate. Oh, come on, Philly. What are you doing? Julius Spain turns out to be a good pick. We all knew that, in fairness. Henley, 70 overall. Can't really tell. But yeah, we want to go to about 20. Like, safeties don't always go that high. There's always usually like one guy that, you know, stands out from the rest. This guy is kind of that guy. So at 20, if he's still there, I feel like I'm willing to pay. You know, this team made some trade-ups, trades downs. I think this is the play you got to make. It's just, he's too good of a player not to grab. We need at least one safety, but there also is another really solid safety later. We do have pick 33 still, so if we can somehow not use 33 and then grab that safety at 33, we could have ourselves a brand new set of safeties. That would be so clutch. We end up giving 27 this year, 85, and 149 next year for 20, which of course will be that strong safety. Almost choked that. I don't even know who was on the number 1 on our list. Oh, that would have been a super choke job. This is the other safety. Oh, it's not the other safety. Where's the other safety? I added him really late. It's one of these two. I mean, George Davis looks obviously really good, but it could be Lawrence as well. Lawrence, what a name. I think it's not Lawrence. I think it's George Davis. Yeah, George Davis looks really solid. Gaddis, though, is a clear-cut stud. I will say something tells me like 75, 76 overall normal, but we can work with that because that's still high overall, still the highest potential player on the team. Or not. Maybe he's just going to be a bona fide killer right out the gate. I almost said thug, but that doesn't make any sense at all. I was going to say stud, and then I don't know. Whatever. Races. So we trade down to 39 and gain 103 back as well. So see who the Jaguars take. They end up taking a DT. Of course, our safety could go, but there's so many decent safeties here. I think there's 3 of them left. Why not add something? If we do lose our player, I will be kind of sad, but we didn't. We added a 4th-round pick. We stay making moves around here. Of course, George Davis has got to be the pick, right? He just looks too good not to be, and this time is normal development trait. This is kind of what I expected our first pick to be, but he wasn't. I mean, I still can potentially make a case for both of these guys starting the rookie tandem. Eric Rowe is not making that much money. I wouldn't get rid of him, I don't think. But Bobby McCain, I like Bobby more, though. I don't know why, I just do. It's just like, I don't even know them, but like, I just want to keep Bobby McCain. We kept Coleman, we really should not have, I will. Oh yeah, Nick Needham. It was only a 1-year deal, I'm pretty sure, in real life, right? So I could actually get rid of him by making his contract dust. That's it. Your money's gone. There's also a linebacker, which this team could use, but I don't know if we have the ability to get up this high. And the Ravens take him anyways. Let's go to the next rounders. There's some talent there, but, I mean, that linebacker was kind of the last player that I would have been willing to trade up for. You have Dalton Fisher. You also have a Hodge, who's, you know, maybe not as talented, but still decent. If Hodge is there, I'm going to take him. There's also another pass rusher. No, it's not a pass rusher. It's a wide receiver. Wide receiver's not that big of a need. I know they talked about him, but, you know, his athletics aren't that great. If he's the best available, we'll take him. If not, then I don't really care too much. And the linebacker is there. Kind of a big need. Typically, you're not going to get... I mean, you do get usable players here, especially at linebacker. What about that left tackle? Is he gone? The left tackle's still there. That's a late 4th, so we can wait, and he's 23. Yeah, Brandon Hodge has got some high upsides. 69 overall. Not bad. Not bad, actually. It's a pretty good player. And then with the first pick, I think we'll take the tackle. Somebody should be able to make the move to guard, right? Actually, it would be him. He actually looks like a guard. We also do have the center, though. You have to make the argument of, like, how much does age matter? Late 1st versus late 2nd talent. That doesn't really mean a whole lot, though. It's kind of glitchy. Dalton Fisher's not a bad player either. Don't really need a running back, but our guy didn't play that well. I mean... Lamar Rhodes. Whatever, we're going to risk it on Lamar Rhodes. And I suppose as far as a Madden draft goes, it's a good pick, but 23. That's why if you're going to go for a lineman, you probably do need to go for the youth. Dalton Fisher. Interesting. We also have Larry Riles, who, I mean, I feel like is probably a different style running back to what we already have. We already have a guy. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say different style, but, you know, he's built different. It's not like that, but you know what I mean? Not the meme way. We have this power rusher later, actually, so if we're going to go for someone, I think it would be maybe even the center. Let's trade down. Start of the 5th. Whoever's there is there. Very interesting to see that the running back is gone, but the center isn't. So I guess you're going to be taking Kevin Sherman just based off of lack of options, I guess. He's not a bad player by any means, but yeah. Go to pick 1 in the 6th round. Maybe the running back actually is there. The running back is not there. We're going to be taking Dawkins. Apparently, the other linebacker's gone. This guy doesn't look too bad either, though. We're going to take Dawkins, 68 overall, normal. Kind of expected that. Yeah, I mean, the draft started off pretty good. Kind of slowed down a little bit, but that's EA drafting for you. Don't draft linemen, kids. Unless somehow the lineman's like a Heisman who had the best bench press of all time. Other than that, just don't do it. We're going to take this Coker. And a hidden development kicker. Back-to-back rebuilds with a hidden development kicker. I don't even think we used the last one, though. This one, we may. We may. May not, because, of course, Sanders has a big contract, even though he played poorly. Gaddis. I guess, once again, we're going to start this guy. The other guy's normal, though. So it doesn't really matter. But this guy we were obviously going to start. And he is star. Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that. Number 46. Yeah, that's not staying. That's disgusting. And we didn't land any other players, right? I kind of want to see the list of players we had. We didn't grab Thomas either. Let's take a look at the list. So Spain was supposedly super good. He is hidden decently fast. This would have been a guy I would have actually thought about. If we had picked 1, I would have traded down a few spots, and then if he's there, I would have taken him, which he obviously was. Superstar. Because, you know, Xavier Howard and Byron aren't super young. They are both superstar, though. Henley, hidden development. They did mention him being a god at bench pressing. Hidden development. Probably will be a superstar here, actually. And he is, yes, superstar. I figured. What about that wide receiver, Beckham? That guy, like, I don't know, dude. He is hidden. He's 23. If he's like a superstar or an X Factor, I guess, you know, against all odds, he actually was a beast. He was a beast. Okay, so, I mean, that pretty much confirms, at least when they're talked about in the news stories, that red doesn't matter even in CPU classes. Okay, that's good to see, right? I like it. I like that story. And then we got to look at that wide receiver, Thomas. I have no idea what his dev would have been. Thomas. He was actually after one of our later picks, so we could have taken him. We just didn't need him. Here he is, Quentin Thomas. He was hidden. But yeah, that's another reason why I didn't want him. Is, I mean, for one, the traits are really bad. And two, I mean, look at him. He's not that great, right? He's super slow. He is young, so he has time to develop. But unless this is Superstar or X Factor, it's just not that worth it. Star development. I mean, honestly, with that athleticism, normal to star isn't super hard to get. Like we've said multiple times, you probably want him to be normal. But then again, if he's normal, you probably don't even want him at all. It's just there's nothing standing out. Wish you would have taken one of those running backs. Didn't. And here we are. So we trade Eric Flowers and Bobby McCain to free up some cap and add a 5th-round pick. Why not? All right, year 2 roster. I mean, I would like to see the running back position improve, like, actually skill-wise, because, like, I mean, at the end of, or performance-wise, because at the end of the day, he looks pretty good, right? Like, he's got great stamina, great receiving ability, fast, decent juke, good change of direction. Spin could get a little higher, bulkier vision a little higher, but carrying solid. I mean, he seems like a really good player, right? I mean, he should be a good starter and just hasn't been so far. It was only his rookie year, though. The tackles look really solid. Center, yeah, I would like to get, higher overalls, but it hasn't happened. I mean, it's a young-looking squad, at least. There's that. Offensive weapons completely set, really. It's just Tua and Gainwell that have to do well. And then defensively, Baker's apparently playing 2 positions again. Okay. Dawkins is probably the guy that'll actually be playing there, though. We're technically in a 3-4, so maybe just move Dawkins up, right? I mean, he's good enough as a pass rusher, I guess. Can't have every position perfect. And, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what the roster is going to look like. All right, so Van Ginkel has been a very interesting player for us. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with him. He's pretty solid, but can we afford another linebacker? That's kind of a big position of need for us. Christian Wilkins has been pretty good. I think a 3-year deal is in order, a 3-year $30. Otis, that's a guy we literally just signed. Pilardi would probably look to replace. He's actually pretty good. So awareness isn't great, but he's good enough. That's good enough for a year extra. Gaskin, I think we'll let him go. It really just comes down to what do you want to do with Van Ginkel, man. 4 for 47 isn't crazy high, but how is he playing, I suppose? I mean, he's playing like, similarly to as he has the previous years. Tackles are pretty high. His sack totals are okay. I'd rather see this be like a 2-year deal if I can. Let's up that guarantee, maybe. What a waste. Opportunity, man. All right, so a better season, but we kind of choked it, but we did enough. We did enough. We choked, but we did enough to make the postseason. As you can see here, 3-0, then 4 straight losses. Then we won 2, lost 1, won 2. That's 7-5, I believe. And then we lost 3 straight. It is looking bad. We win the final game. The Bills apparently must have lost that last game because they actually took the division lead for a moment there. Where were they? They won a bunch in a row. They must have, right? They won a bunch, lost 2, won 2, lost 1 to the Jets. That's an L. Wow, the Jets just cucked themselves and the Bills to help us. Appreciate it. They're like, we know your pain against those Patriots. I don't even know. That's probably not even a thing. Tua, the touchdowns are still so low. I don't know what's wrong with this offense, but I'm going to try and change it up again, I suppose. Receiving, just awful, god-awful stuff. Offensive line, once again, I don't know. Does it matter the overall to the team, or is it actually the performance? Because based on the performance, it doesn't appear that he's having a good season, just like most right tackles in Madden Sim. Ogba had a way worse season, even though we played the same exact scheme. Ty Women had a pretty decent season, actually. Interesting. I mean, really, the only person to seemingly do better than last year was Jason Sanders. Yet here we are. Look at Zach Wilson's already a 93 overall. Oh, my God. Defensive Rookie of the Year, George Davis over Gaddis, surprisingly enough. And that's, like, let's be honest, it's going to be the only one we get. Be lucky to even get that award. What a weird set of abilities, by the way. All day and then jukebox. That is so strange to me. But here we go, going against the Baltimore Ravens, 12-4. We're both 85 overalls, though, so I mean, it's kind of anyone's game. We're in Miami, so one of the best stadiums in the league. Gotta love it. You're really underrated, severely underrated stadium for sure. Let's see if we can win a game. I mean, Baltimore usually, wins 1 or 2, so I wouldn't be super high on our chances, but also not the worst poll you could get, right? That's probably what they're thinking on the other side, Pretty easy poll, but you never know. 10-17, not looking super great, but defense is trying to hold its part. But at the end of the day, the Dolphins' offense is just, it is what it is. I don't understand why. It's just so bad. It's really good. These players are really solid, but is it Tua? I can't think it is because Gainwell is playing pretty poorly too, but maybe because Tua's playing so well that they just stack the run and just hope. I don't even know. But something's got to give. We got to change something. I don't know. The Bengals versus the Giants in the Super Bowl. A little bit of a strange lineup, but we're going to accept that, and the Bengals win it all. So let's take a look at any dev-ups. Watch Kinkle's like an X factor now. Offensively, I didn't expect any because it was, once again, a really bad season across the board. Looking at the defensive side of things, Baker apparently did go up in dev to Superstar. And Davis, as we would expect, because he's, Rookie of the Year defensively, goes up to Star. Gaddis maybe has a little competition. I like it. I think a friendly competition between 2 players that are on this roster for a minimum 2 more years, 3 potentially more, is healthy. I think it's good. There's no, real scarediness of your starting position, technically, between the 2. Van Ginkel, he's not a bad player, but he just doesn't show up on the stat board. So how do I know he's playing well? You know, I just don't. And he still wants a 4-year deal on top of it. His season was way worse. Oh, man, he's not. Perfect time to let him go. I don't even want a chance to sign him. I don't even want to give myself the shot to do it. You know, there's just no reason to. Let's go to free agency with what appears to be an okay amount of cap, right? A decent bit. 35 mil. We could probably also get rid of Parker on top of it. Let's see who we can get rid of. So we can get rid of McKinney, and I think that's a very, very likely shot. He just hasn't. He's played all right, in fairness, but he's just kind of been a tackle guy, which I know that's kind of what he is, but I don't know. Devontae Parker, I don't know what they gave him, but like they shouldn't have given it to him. McKinney, linebackers are a bit harder to find than wide receivers, so realistically, that's a guy we would probably trade off or even like a 6th-round pick. But yeah, with about 40-some mil to work with and then maybe another 10 in a moment, let's see what we can do. So we could get Kareem Hunt. I think that automatically improves your position. Trey Hendrickson, is he athletic enough? I think Rashawn Gary. We've made the Rashawn Gary move in the past. I think Rashawn Gary is almost a perfect fit for this scheme, and I really want him. Jonah Williams could potentially move inside to guard. I think this might be the push. I think this is the moment that's going to define us. And hell, I think we're an offer Kareem Hunt as well. It's just not working out at the running back position. Get yourself a proven guy that'll have a decent O-line to work with. So screw it. We're unloading here today. Rashawn Gary, I'm offering a 5-year 60. 5-year 61 with a little over half guaranteed. I think that's a very fair contract for him. And like I said, I think that fits the team scheme. I know his zone coverage isn't that great, but he's super athletic, so I think he could easily work into the role. And I think maybe you draft a linebacker, just put Baker at the starting middle linebacker position. A guy like Pratt wouldn't be that bad, actually, either. We could sign him. There's some options. I like this free agency period. It's not bad. All right, so looking at our signings, we got Kareem Hunt, which could be the biggest signing of them all. Jonah Williams, 25 years old, 83 overall. I don't remember even what the deal was. It was pretty lucrative, though. Jay Sternberger as a backup. Bryce Love as a potential backup. And then Mr. Pratt as a starter. Now, obviously, no matter what, we just cannot afford Mr. Benardrick McKinney. So we'll be trading him off to any sort of middle linebacker needy team. And the Saints are one of those teams. They have Demario Davis as a 74 overall. Hey, there we go. So we got Rashawn Gary, which was a massive piece to the team. Brooks is a backup safety, and Sims is the potential starting number 3 guy. Tua needs a contract, and honestly, I'm just saying, I seen a 4th-round scrambling type QB. Maybe debate moving on from Tua, honestly. It's just like, how old is he now? He's at 83 overall. He's 25. He's got good accuracies, but he's just not playing that well. It really comes down to if we even get this guy, and if he is good enough, maybe we do keep him. I don't know. But if he's normal, there's no shot. Noah really hasn't worked. I wonder if they actually mentioned this quarterback. I didn't look at the things yet, but Darren Owens, I mean, this guy looks like a clear-cut stud of a pick, so it's a couple of steal-type picks in here. We have a couple of first-round picks ourselves. I mean, we're looking all right. So we have pick 19. There was a defensive tackle. I don't even know how big of a need DT is. I'll have to take a look. Oh, yeah, Carlos Brown. What did they say? He had bad jumping. Is that a thing? Like, do people care about that? But they mentioned that his Mr. Allen Bishop's stock rose because of his 40 time. Typically, that's a good thing, right? I mean, that should be a good thing. Falcons picking in the top 3 again. I mean, if he's there like 13 or 14, we'll think about what it's going to cost. But on this team, do we really have a huge need? I mean, O-line didn't really look that good in I mean, we really don't need DT, right? Like, we have Wilkins for 3 more years, Tyman for 2 or 3. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. And the Patriots take Allen Bishop at 12. That was probably a little too steep for us, I feel. There's a guy named Steven Reinhart. He was the Heisman winner. I would love to take him, but it just doesn't make any sense. He's a great player. I don't know why he's fallen. It just doesn't happen. If you're a Heisman winning quarterback, you're a top 3 pick minimum, right? Minimum. Probably the number 1 guaranteed, actually. But just to be safe, minimum top 3. So it doesn't make sense that he's here. It sucks. Wish I didn't know that information. If I would have ignored that, I would have just taken him straight up. But since I do know that he is a Heisman winner, someone else is going to get lucky with a really good quarterback. And it's going to be Washington. Do we want to take a linebacker? I don't think we need one anymore. We're in a 3-4, so realistically, 2, maybe 3 coverage linebackers at most. Depends on, running a 4-3-3-4 situation. We have Pratt, we have Baker, and we have Para in a moment. I don't know. I don't know. I like him, but this scheme is so confusing, specifically for Madden, that I just don't know if it makes sense, right? He looks really good. Is there really a point in trading down? Well, actually, what are our picks? James Carroll, I definitely want. Carlos Brown, don't really need, but I want. You know what? We need Para more than Brown, so we're going to go with Para. 72 overall normal. That's a good pick for Madden. And then at 21, I think we can maybe make the trade down to like 30. Add like a 4th. We actually need a 3rd. That 4th would be way too low. It's like a freaking 10 position swap. We're at 31 here now. There's so many running backs. We don't need any though. Biggest need going in is probably corner now, and this guy looks like a stud. And 74 overall normal. It's still a really good pick. Carlos Brown's going to be a good player, but like I just don't need him. Screw it. I need him. I don't need him, but I want him. I don't care. Do we actually? I didn't actually really look at linemen, but I don't think there was any good ones. Like it's really kind of just, it'd be what it be type of pick. We might end up like just blowing the load and going high here and just losing the rest of our class. What is it? Devontae Meekins looks really good actually, but the guy we actually developed this season may be good enough anyways. Maybe we use these two as a obviously Carl Davis is expected to go sooner, but I guess you never know. But we'll use them as like okay, whatever one goes, then we make a trade up. Of course, the quarterback as well is on the list. Carlos Brown, DT. Maybe he makes us trade someone off. I don't know. Carlos Brown, 77 overall normal. I knew he'd be good, and obviously he is very good. We now go to the next round. We may start trading stuff from next year to make a play here because there's some really good players still left. Meekins and Davis, I mean, they're both kind of at the similar need situation, right? Like we have players that could start over them, but they're like normal development, like 70s. So we're going to keep going until one of them goes, and then maybe we trade up Meekins to the Jets. If Meekins goes there, I know they're different positions. The center's got to wait a little bit, right? Like late 3rd, he should be like right around here. They needed a center, so we give him a 70 overall, 23-year-old, a 3rd round next year, and a 5th round this year for pick 10, which I think is pretty close fairness, right? It's pretty close. We're going to take the center ourselves, Carl Davis. See what we get, and 72 overall normal. I mean, we basically traded all that to get a player that we literally just traded off to the Eagles, pretty much. Lineman drafting is a nightmare. And with Tua playing as averagely as he is, let's trade up with Green Bay from 31 and complete the draft pretty much. 95 this, 95 this. Wasn't it? Actually might have been 95. I don't know. Fair trade regardless. I don't remember what it was. I'm already out of it. Darren Owens looks worthy. What's the dev, though? Oof, normal development. Definitely a guy you could develop. I just don't see it for us, though. I think Tua may have to be the guy. Might have no choice. We are going to be changing the scheme up a little bit, though, and we also did add another offensive lineman, and we also added a very solid-looking running back. So, things will change this season in theory. Be nice to see a pass rusher here, but we don't really have one. Timmy Rose. I'm just going to go to 6th round. Might be able to see that safety is a hybrid, maybe another cornerback for us, or just a backup safety, whatever it be. Also pick 20, so we can actually make 2 selections here, and they're all gone. Really. This guy has a bad talent grade, but he's fast enough, athletic enough, whatever. We need a backup tight end. Owen Ward in the 6th round. I mean, you reached. Wow. I reached for a backup in the 6th round. Oh, no. We get a 6th and a 7th next year from the Vikings for pick 20. It's fine with me. Trying to think if there's any positions we got. Oh, yeah, we probably lost a fullback. We probably need one. So the only guy that actually is blocking is who we're going to go with, Kenny Young. Not Normal development. Not bad, actually. Low overall, surprisingly, considering he's got really good blocking stats. And I don't think we landed a single hidden development player. So let's take a look at some of the potential players we lost. So the DT Bishop would have been a nice player to have. Hidden development obviously looks really good. If this is a guy you want to talk about, Aaron Donald types, that guy's probably the biggest and the closest one we've seen in a while. Depends on the development especially. And Superstar would have loved that pick. Maybe we should have traded up because obviously, you know, our picks really didn't end up that great anyways. Look at all the running backs. They all went in bulk and they're all insanely good. I mean, there was like 5 running backs. They were all the last ones left and they were like the same like projection and they all went in a row, all 5. That is nuts. One of them hidden, the Steelers one. Wow. Wow. That's a good player. Wow. Why is he so good? Look at him. He's like, I don't even know. He's like kind of like I wouldn't say a Peterson type, but you can develop him into Peterson because he's so young with high X, you know, high development rate, X factor. And was he the only one with hidden? He apparently was. Was Glenn Dixon the guy we wanted? I don't think he was. Like, was our guy in the 3rd? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, he is. Meekin, 70 overall. Normal, so it didn't really matter. Oh, yeah, I also want to see the Heisman. Heisman winner, hidden development, 76 overall. I'm not sure why he fell, but it just doesn't make sense. X Factor. I mean, there's nothing I could do. It's just unrealistic. We trade Kinley to the Bears for a 4th-round pick. Needs a contract. We actually could have given away Raekwon Davis as well. We don't need him anymore. Let's trade him off as well, actually. Raekwon Davis. I mean, maybe a 6th-round pick for Raekwon. Seattle, you're welcome. 85 overall. We look like we're on par. We just need Tua to get it going. The O-line should not be an excuse anymore. 2, 3, pretty much 90-plus overall receivers, a 90 overall running back. Looking at the defensive side of things, you know, we could use some help. You know, Rashawn Gary is going to be that help, hopefully. Baker's played better than his overall. It's actually kind of unfair that he is only 82 overall, but it is what it is. Corners are obviously the best duo in the league. Safeties are becoming the best duo in the league. D-line is looking really good, actually. It's a solid roster that, once again, should make the playoffs maybe a little more comfortably this time, and then maybe even win a game. All right, so we have re-signings, and let me tell you, halfway through the season, we're doing a lot better, and Tua is having a really good season. I think if you just get the deal done, you knock it out for a 5-year 162. He takes it. Obviously, he should, and everyone's happy. Oh, we win the final game. Thank you. We missed the playoffs. Good thing you guys like rebuilds, because as a pure me doing things for my own fun and enjoyment goes, I wouldn't be doing rebuilds because Madden pisses me off. We were 6-2, and then we lost to the freaking Eagles and the Jets twice. The Jets. They didn't even take quarterback. I don't even know who their quarterback is. The Giants as well we lose to. Like, I swear, if the Jets have some randomer at quarterback. Okay, they did get Baker, thankfully. Jeez, man. What a nightmare, though. I mean, Tua ends up with a really good season. At the time we signed him, he was at 2,200 yards, 23 touchdowns to 1 pick. He does go to Superstar here, thankfully. Kareem Hunt had a really good season, too. Jamar could go to X Factor. Will Fuller could go to X Factor if we're lucky. Looking at the offensive line play, Sam Cosmi was the bad one this time. Orlando Brown was, a lot better. We changed the scheme up a little bit. George Davis. Looks like he's kind of the better of the safeties. Both safeties were pretty good, though. Maybe even both could dev up. Sack totals, kind of disappointing. Picks, pretty damn high, actually, for Sim. Jason Sanders, another pretty good season. Yearly awards, Tua at number 2. Herbert at number 1. Interesting from that draft class, getting going. Any award wins at all. James Carroll, the Rookie of the Year on the defensive side of things. And yeah, I mean, it was a good season that just didn't result in the playoffs. I don't know what to tell you. Year 4, I guess. And tell me that the Giants don't still have Cam. Please. It's Daniel Jones. Apparently, he's really good too. But yeah, the Browns win the Super Bowl. Is that 2 now out of 3? Looking at DevUps, Jamar Chase does not get one, but Will Fuller does get one. And I suppose of the players that get one, that probably is the guy I'd rather have, right? There's a lot more time for the other fella. conductor, and inside Deadeye. Inside Deadeye is pretty solid. Defensively, Davis goes to superstar, which is really nice. George Davis, superstar with deep zone KO, which, perfect fit. Rashawn Gary goes up in dev. And then Byron Jones. Okay, there goes my controller. Perfect timing. Byron Jones gets a dev up. Does he regress? Okay, so superstar regression there, but nice abilities. Obviously, all he got was Zone Hawk, but yeah, gets to superstar X Factor, saving his career a little bit longer. Xavier Howard's already 31. I suppose they're both 31, aren't they? Yeah, Xavier Howard getting superstar would be, or X Factor would be really clutch. Because this team is good. It's good. I'm not sure how we missed the playoffs, but we did. Year 4, on to our second to last season. Unless, of course, we win, then it's the last season. But let's be honest, at this rate, can't even consistently make the playoffs with this roster. I don't have a whole lot of faith in this team, winning the Super Bowl this season. $22 million to work with. There's got to be someone we have to pay. It might even be Jamar Chase. It is Xavier Howard. So, yeah, I think in this case, you probably look to just retain players. Jones for sure gets a contract at X Factor. Howard, if it's another 1-year deal, both of these guys, they probably will get the 1 year. Jamar Chase is going to be a massive deal. It's going to be something like $20 million per year. So, yeah, like I said, I think this is just a season where you just save your money. You don't touch a free agent. I want to see who's there, but you got to save every dime. You can't. Tyrant, unless there's I'm trying to think if there's a position that we have to pay soon that we can, get rid of by getting cheaper now. I don't think there is, though. Yeah, this is just, it's not a very good free agent class anyways, but you just don't touch free agency. Let's move straight to the next round. We could barely get him out on the field. Barely get him out on the field. But I think we will pick up the 5th-year option because he's already going to be pretty much asking for max regardless, so might as well get that 5th year in there. Cosme, yes, but no. He was our starting tackle. Cool, man. All right, so now we start the draft. What is it called? The news stories weren't really helpful. Scott McGuire is one of them, number 2. Supposed to go higher than he's George Logan, also another one. All it said was good things, but it really doesn't matter because obviously those guys were top 5 picks. Didn't really need those positions too much anyways. And there is a cornerback that we would like. I don't know if he's going to be there, though. I don't know if I want to risk it. We have to pay 2 corners. I think you maybe get rid of one. This Nate Huffman guy. Oh, he's a late first. Oh, I thought he was a mid first. I ain't even worried about it then. Do we take him at 15? I'm going to take him at 15. I ain't even going to risk it. We also do have a wide receiver. I don't think wide receiver is as big of a need technically. I think we're going to go Nate Huffman. It seems like a pretty clear-cut decision, right? All right, Nate Huffman, the cornerback. Let's see. All right, so he is only a 73 overall, but he is hidden. Something tells me star development trait. I think what we'll do, though, is we'll keep the cornerbacks, and then we'll just let one of them hit free agency. Just to give us, ourselves the best possible chance to succeed this season. Put that guy at number 3. Put the Rookie of the Year last season at number 4. Then they both move up 1 spot after the season's over. I think that makes sense. This was a guy they mentioned on the thing, but it's just yeah, he's great, but is he a position we need? Kinda, maybe. Kareem Hunt's not getting any younger. All they mentioned was that he was very fast, which, I don't even think I could really agree with that. With the way the NFL is nowadays, that's kind of common. But they did mention him, so if there's no one else that's better, we may just have to do it. But then again, we also have Torrey Everett, whose grade's probably going to be a little bit. We have Kareem Hunt for 4 years, so we have to at least use him for another 2 at minimum. So yeah, we're probably gonna trade down. We don't need corner that much anymore, but once again, another guy that you just can't pass up on. Looks like a steal. This DT kind of fits that mold as well. Left guard's actually pretty good too. So let's just try to stock up on 4th-round picks, I suppose, if we can. All right, we're going to add we're not going to really add a 2nd-round pick. We're going to get to 58, 122, and 186 from 15. Could this be a running back? I don't know how old Henry is, but got to be thinking it's getting there in. We go to the Falcons. The Lions to grab their first pick in the 3rd round and some sort of 5th round pick. We're going to keep moving down to about like 20 in the 2nd round. We're going to be trading down to the Patriots. I know it's not a super common trade thing to trade with your division rivals. Oh, Lord, they get a quarterback. That's like super unrealistic. Then again, we don't know what their picks are going to be. We've seen it in the past where teams do trade if they feel like the value is there. Dion Long is still there. Pass rusher is kind of a need. I really didn't expect to be taking him. My projection was to be taking Everett, Baker, and Wembley. But now apparently Long's on the list. I don't even know, dude. See if we can trade back again. The Browns are offering a trade I just cannot refuse. I'm sorry. I just can't. Whoever's there is there, honestly. 3rd round next year to move back to 32. Oh, wow. Okay, I regret that wholeheartedly, apparently, because they're all gone. Every player's gone. I said I didn't care, but that was only because I thought only a few of them would be gone. I didn't think all the players are going to be gone, so we're obviously going to have to take a look at the 3rd round. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, sure, we got a bunch of picks. We even added some for next year, but we missed literally every player we wanted. There was some really good-looking players there. We're going to risk it on Hawkins here. 68 overall normal. I mean, for all we know, all the players outside of the corner could have been good. I say outside of the corner because that corner looked like a can't-miss player, I'm going to be honest. Man, we sold. That was really bad, actually. I just didn't expect them to all be gone. Like, they were all mid to late 4th rounders. We're going to keep trading down, though. Value just isn't here anymore for us. Might be considered early, but, I mean, at this rate, who freaking knows? We're going to take the center, Holden Stein. Have we even gotten outside of Cosme a hidden development lineman? I don't think we have. And then we're going to take this wide receiver, and honestly, the rest we might just trade down. Normal development, this guy's actually a bit of a steal. Really good, actually. I mean, we added a lot of picks. You can't deny it. It's just we lost out on all those players. So we did add a lot for next year, though, I will admit. So we added a 3rd round. We added 3 4th rounds, a 5th, and 3 6ths. Next year, of course, we did miss out on all those good players or all those good projected players. Next season, I know this is kind of the season we wanted to go for it as we usually do in the year 4, but next season is where we're really loaded in the draft. And honestly, can you really skip out on like a 1st round projected player? I'm going to take, are they all the same? They're all on draft. I'm going to take this Campbell guy. Screw it. 62 overall normal. I guess they are pretty bad, aren't they? But yeah, we're going to have to take a look at those positions. Who the hell did we even draft, actually? I can't even remember. Do we even have any picks? Like, what was this? Oh, yeah, we did have the corner, actually. So, pick 15, Mr. Nate Huffman, cornerback, automatically going to be the number 3 for the year, and then he's going to move up to number 2. And, ooh, a superstar. We are already well on our way. McGuire, they said, would go up the list, and he did, but he's normal. George Logan, hidden development. Interesting player, though. Very slow. I know he's a pass rusher, but that speed is rough. Really good Excel, but Excel only matters so much when you have no speed, right? Star development. So it was the 2nd round that we would have had the running back go. It wasn't McMillan. Was it Lambert? No, it wasn't Lambert. Jose Belton? Was this the guy? I think this was the guy, right? Jose Belton looks pretty decent. Could actually be Superstar or X Factor. Wouldn't surprise me. And he is Superstar, so good pick. And now here's the thing. I don't remember who each player was. Was Kelly one of them? I don't remember. I couldn't have been. Dion Long was 100% one of them. Normal development. That's not a really... that's actually a really good player. I would have taken him, actually. Bennett may have been one. Nah, he's 24. There's no shot. No way I would have had him on the list. Elam was one of them. Normal. He's terrible. The center may have been one of them. Was normal. Maybe it was Monty instead. I don't know. Everett was definitely one of them. Normal. I mean, I don't really remember all the names, but in theory... Oh, here's the corner. 100%. Yep, there's the corner. Like I said, they all could have been bad, but the corner. The corner had an automatic chance to at least be like a 74 overall. I was expecting normal, though, and ooh, that hurts. Because that was like right before us, too, wasn't it? Like very close. That is unfortunate. That would have been like the best cornerback class we've ever had. All right, here we have the year 4 roster. 87 for Tua, 94 for Chase, 89 for Fuller. We actually signed this guy to like a 4-year deal. He was a free agent, or he was a rookie, pretty much an undrafted free agent in the free agency period. So we went with him. aggressive possession, run after the catch. Looks pretty decent, actually. Star dev as well. O-line, just as good as before. I mean, O-line's hard to develop, right? So top 10 probably, right? The right side's looking pretty good. Defensive backfield looking like the best in the league, and we have Huffman who's willing to take the torch soon. It's a little unfortunate that it was Jones that got the dev up instead of Howard, because obviously Howard is the higher overall and potentially slightly better corner. But yeah, I mean, the team looks good. We just need, maybe fix the middle linebacker position and right outside linebacker position. But overall, it's a really solid looking roster. Plus, if this team to play like a normal freaking scheme, like 3-4 or something, we'd have Ogba at the outside. Resignings is another pretty big resigning period. Byron Jones is cheaper because he's lower overall, but he's an X factor, so he should regress less. Also starting off a little bit faster. Linemen needs a contract, so does Cosme. I think you got to go with the most important positions, even though it doesn't seem like that in Madden. Samuel Cosme, left tackle, very hard to draft. Linemen will likely get the contract. What's his finesse? Got to be massively high, right? And 93 finesse. Nice to see EA go with the block shed, but I just don't want to, how long these would take if I had to manually use all the XP. Byron Jones, I'm just going to give him the 2-year now. I think, he, as an X Factor, he should be fine. Xavier Howard, unfortunately, pal, the time has come. Even if you become an X Factor, I think he'll already regress to probably an 88 or something like that. Maybe he gets a contract. I doubt it, though. What else do we have? We re-signed all those players. Gainwell probably will get the contract because that's actually pretty cheap for a good backup. Trey Hill finally getting good, but honestly, is he really that good? I mean, I don't feel like he's worth the contract, right? He's missing a lot, specifically finesse style. So yeah, I don't know. All right, heads to the playoffs. Are we going to be a part of them though? And we do win, clutching up and taking the division. Unbelievable, man. How are we not doing better than this? So bad, dude. So bad. But we're in the playoffs going up against the Bengals. No X factor for Tua here. Touchdowns are a little too low. And Hunt, I literally just call him. Okay. Hunt gets kind of cucked here by Gainwell, but Gainwell gets some touchdowns, whatever works. Chase should be an X factor if Will Fuller was an X factor. Gesicki, not bad, I suppose. Blocking, love it. Looking at defense, wow, Gaddis. I mean, if he doesn't go to Superstar, that is a scam. Baker could go to X Factor. Sack total's kind of lacking. Gaddis had a really good year. He maybe even had a chance at Defensive Player of the Year in general, no? Yeah, number 2. That's hard to beat. 3-13, I would give it to him. You can't give it to a 3-13 team player. I don't care if it's a defender. If you go 13-3, you should be void of all awards. I don't care what it is. Pro Bowl, maybe. Any awards, even best kicker? Nah, not a shot, dude. 91 overall, they're 88 overall. Could this be the season? No, it's not. It's 100% not. I mean, even next season, I wouldn't put too much hope into it. But you never know. We could get lucky. It wouldn't even be skill. It would just be luck. All right, going to the end of the game. It's 7-all, 10-7 now. 17-7, looking pretty good. 20-7, we needed that. Looking pretty strong. Ooh, they get a touchdown, though. Oh, come on, fellas. Come on, dude. There we go. Slow it down a little bit. 27-all. What a game. Offense is driving pretty nicely here. They get the field goal, and they get the pick. I wonder who got the pick. Whoever got that pick is an absolute hero. We move on for the first time in this entire rebuild. Rushing, Joe Mixon. Okay, fair enough. Receiving, nothing really too crazy. Pick totals 5 for Hassan Reddick. Oh, my Lord. Of course, Xavier Howard, the corner that's going to be on his way out most likely, is the guy that gets the pick that sealed the game. Of course it would be. And the Cleveland Browns, 12-4, we're a higher overall, but that always happens in every rebuild. We're always the highest overall team, and we lose every time. All right, going to the end of the game, 7-7 all. Okay, that was very quick. We got a touchdown. Hey, another touchdown. The Browns are not an easy team to beat. Their roster is really good, and EA loves them more than Cam Newton, which is very hard to see happen in any situation in life. And we've won the game. So we're on to the championship round. I honestly think this is going to be the final season after all. I was going to go for 5, but realistically, the way this has gone, whether we win the Super Bowl or we lose by 50 in this next game, I think this is the last season, just for the fact that I just don't think you can beat this, right? We barely made the playoffs this season. The last time we made the playoffs, we barely made it there too. I mean, we're barely scraping along here. It's just going to be a waste. We've done one before where we did an extra season. It was just a complete waste of time, and it kind of ruined the whole thing. So the Dolphins, they turn it around. They make a sick roster with all those picks. And this is the result. They're going up against the Chiefs to see who makes it to the Super Bowl. The other side, it's the Panthers versus the Giants. So realistically, whoever wins this should win the Super Bowl. I mean, there's a very good chance for it. And we're off to a very good start here. 17-7. 17-10. 24-10. Ooh, they get a huge rushing touchdown. Come on, you can't let the Chiefs win by using their running game. And it looks pretty good. The Chiefs have no shot, and the Dolphins are on to the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes got outplayed by Tua Tagovailoa. It looks like Kareem Hunt had a really good season. Interesting. Defensively, we actually had some sacks. Kinda, not really. Gaddis with a pick. Gaddis has got to be a superstar. What a year. What was I looking for? I was looking for something. I have no idea. But we're going to be going up against the Panthers, apparently. Oh, yeah, I was going to look for DevOps, but it wasn't even Super Bowl yet. DevOps, Jamar Chase. The X Factor man with max security, evasive, and short out. Let's go deep out, I guess. It doesn't really matter, but defensively, any upgrades in Dev? Gaddis does go to Superstar. Howard, surprisingly, doesn't go to X Factor. And that's pretty much all the upgrades we have. We literally had just Gaddis, but look at these DBs. Glad we decided to keep Xavier Howard rather than trying to give value for him, because there's no doubt without, in my mind, that without him we would be not in the Super Bowl, to say the least. But here we are. We've seen this stadium a billion times. I still love it every time. And it's because usually that means we're in the Super Bowl, right? That's the reason why we'd be seeing it. Off to the races already, Mr. Kareem Hunt. Man, that guy can revive any ground game you have. Literally, just so good. 14-7 at half. Nope, 14 all at half. Unfortunately, a very close game here. 24-14, 31-14, 34-14. And I didn't want to jump the gun, but we made up for that Niners rebuild a little bit, and it didn't really end the way we wanted it to. This one did, surprisingly enough. We actually won the bowl. We barely made the damn playoffs, 9-7. I don't even know, dude. Sim is just such a random disaster. It really is. I wonder who I think the defender will probably be the MVP in this one. Probably someone with a crazy amount of picks. Probably like 2 or 3 picks, right? It's going to happen. I know it. I just know it. Show it. I want to see it, dude. Come on. Where is it? I knew it. Well, I mean, I did know as a defender, but a pick 6, 10 tackles. Not bad. Mr. Byron Jones got that 2-year deal extension. We chose him over Howard. Howard kind of a bit better in the postseason than him, but obviously here worked out pretty well. Pretty good stuff. As you can see, Kareem Hunt, Tua's on the board, Chase. But yeah, actually a pretty cool thumbnail, have Jamar Chase there. But yeah, they've done it. The Miami Dolphins are Super Bowl champions. We'll say Tua didn't play that well, but at least he didn't throw 3 interceptions, which literally lost in the game. Gainwell had all the carries. Well, not all the carries. They split, but Kareem Hunt had all the success. Receiving, Sutton went off for them, but he's only one guy, and, once again, our receiving game wasn't great because our passing game wasn't great. Sack totals, defense, they carried the load here. They went off, and, there it is. Miami Dolphins are world champions, which is funny to say because it's really the only country that partakes. But, here we are. But, yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. We end up with a 90 overall. Is there anyone we would want to look at? I mean, I suppose Tua got to a 92 overall. I'm sorry. Abilities are inside dead eye conductor. Nothing changed there. Jamar Chase, 99 overall, and ends up with 93 speed. We boosted him to 91 speed, I believe. I can't remember. 91 speed, 90 excel, I believe. But yeah, look at him go. Short route, obviously, would be his next situation to go for. But yeah, he's obviously an absolute stud. Will Fuller ends up working out pretty nicely here. Max security, recuperation, and grab and go. Mike Gesicki, I guess we'll take a look at. 94 overall. Pretty damn good, solid catch. I always thought he was faster than that, by the way. 83 speed only. Defensively, is there anyone here that we really care to see? I mean, the safeties are great and all, but none of them really real-life components, obviously. Manuel Ogba turned out to be really, really good as well. The two duo corners. I guess maybe we made the wrong choice with Xavier Howard because he looks pretty damn good here, actually. But anyways, that is going to be our realistic rebuild for the Miami Dolphins after the trades. Of course, we could do a Philadelphia Eagles one next. I don't know if that would be something that's so pressing to me that I would do 3 rebuilds in a row. But yeah, we'll definitely do that next. I would say, right? I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world comparatively. Like, you had to do one for the Niners. Probably had to do one for the Dolphins. Eagles is kind of like, yeah, they might have just cucked themselves out of a really good player. But that's going to be the rebuild. Of course, tomorrow we'll be back with 2 uploads. Probably Rams and Bulldogs or something and something. Second channel video, maybe, I would say today, maybe Tuesday. Could have a stream tonight, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. You would see it in the community tab and or the YouTube upload, I suppose. Or you would see it on Twitch if you follow, or twitter.com/Jeromepkr if you follow. If you enjoyed this video, maybe leave a like and subscribe. Like I said, follow the Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams. That's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoy your, last bits of the weekend. Hopefully you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see ya! How is he going to tie this to the boat? This is the new boat. Kid, that's your boat. This is my boat. Tree in one arm, fat bitches in the other. What? Like, this is the definition of me bringing in, like, a 12-pack of soda into the house. I'm a child, I explore. Oh, he's got tattoos. This kid's freaking wild, and someone needs to put this kid in the Scared Straight program. That just looks like Uncle Tim when you're, like, taking a bath. Uncle Tim, get out! I'm naked! That's the best part. I'm not gonna... No. Whoa! That's what we're hunting?